I'm gonna start by setting the brake, popping the hood. I'm gonna crack the lugs. I'm gonna crack the lugs. Both sides! That one's a little harder to do. Fucker. Just kidding, just the driver's side. On both sides. Remove the tire. I almost hit the camera. I'm gonna remove the battery. This is a 10mm. And this is one I had to piece together, so they should both be 10mm though. So my battery has like a blanket and a heat sensor, but it's right back here. You press that right there, push it, and it comes right off. I can't do it one-handed because this thing's too soft and easy to... There it goes. Whatever. So just behind the battery, there's a 13mm bolt down here that holds the battery in. I'm going to remove that. Yes, mine is held together with duct tape. Duct tape's really good for a lot of things. It's good at keeping those hostages quiet. I'm going to use a Phillips to remove the top of the air filter. I'm going to use a 10mm to remove these two screws, this screw actually and this nut. I'm also going to use it to remove these 4 bolts here. I'm going to pull this breather hose off on this side, like that. I'm going to use this rivet removal tool to pull this off here. Here's the battery tray. I'm also going to use the 10mm to remove these 4, and I think that's a 13mm down there. This tray should come out. So this is the tray where the battery was. This is the motor mount. I'm going to start by cracking this nut back here with a 15mm and this one right up here. And I'm not going to pull them out, I'm just going to loosen them. And it looks like this guy just pulls right off here, this thing. There we go. And it's off. Now for this piece right down in here, I'm going to try and use a flathead. There's a little snap-in piece, and I got to push it out through the hole. This whole thing right here. Looked like there was 2 clips, and that's it. And that pulls, well, it generally pulls right out. There we go. See that? Now we got her out. Alright, so here on the driver's side, I won't be able to show this on video very well. But there's 3 more bolts. They're 15mm. You can see them right there. This one over here, that's the one I loosened from the top in the front. But there's these three here, and I'm just gonna crack them and make them loose. I'm gonna use a little knuckle to make sure I can get up in there. Where the fuck is my extension? Bolt 1 loose. Bolt 2 loose. Well, anyway, I can't get all three of them, so I'll get that last one when I drop the transmission on this side. Under here, I'm gonna remove this. This in here is a 19 millimeter. I'm just gonna crack it for right now. Alright, so here I am underneath the front of the car. If we look here, there's the oil pan. I've got a jack here with a piece of wood holding it up. There's a plate that has like these two big bolts. I like to put the jack right underneath there, but I snugged it up underneath there so when I remove the mount, it'll hold up the transmission and the engine. Well, I didn't record it, but I removed this the rest of the way after I had the car snugged up on the jack. Alright, now I'm going to drop the transmission just a hair so I can get to those bolts. Gonna remove those the rest of the way. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So back up top, I'm gonna finish removing this one right here. I'm going to see if I can't drop the transmission a little more. Wow, they really don't want you working on your car by yourself on this car, man. This is ridiculous. I'm going to pull this forward as much as I can. There we go. Let's see if that gives me enough room. Almost. There we go. And out through the wheel well. I think. Yep, got her out. So there's the old one. Now we're going to put in the new one. Up in through the wheel well. Back in place. The old one. I'm going to use 2 bolts here on the top to hold it generally in place. This one here on the top, which I hope you can see. See that one on the top? The one I removed? Yeah, that one. I'm going to put one of those bolts in there. And then I'm going to put the one that goes on down in the front, right down here. Hold it in place. Now right here, this sleeve, the motor mount's got to lift right up into it. So I'm just going to snug these 2 down. Then I'm going to raise the transmission a little bit and get the other ones from underneath the wheel well. Where the fuck is my shit? I got those snugged in. I'm going to push the transmission back a little bit, if I can. Well, it was easier to pull forward towards me. Okay. Alright, those are all tight. Now I'm going to lift up the transmission. So I lifted the transmission and it pushes back and forth on the jack, and I got these holes lined up, so now I'm going to put that bolt back in. Oh, that one fits so much better. 18 millimeters. Okay. Now I'll feed this baby right back through the hole of the new deal. Put it through. Make sure the clips clip in. Alright, and then this just presses right down on here. Just like that. Now I'll put back the battery tray. 13 millimeter, put this back in. I'm going to put this back in.